So for the butterfat milk question, everybody's favorite question, the first thing I always like to draw a picture of this, but you have like your two little cans, right? So one can has the 6%, and then you're adding that some amount of the 3%, and that's going to equal your total amount, and your total amount needs to have a 4% solution. So every time you're working with these questions, it's always going to be the same. You're going to let X be the first solution, the 6%, so the amount of 6% solution, and then you'll let Y be the amount of 3% solution. So one equation is going to come from the totals. So the fact that I need X quarts plus Y quarts to get a total of the 60 quarts of butterfat milk. So we'll have X plus Y equals 60. So that takes care of the fact that when you take X of the first can, Y of the second can, they will total up to 60. Now the other piece of this puzzle, of course, is the percentages. And the easiest way to think about this, you guys, is going from the total equation to the percentage equation. You will multiply each of these variables by that percentage. So you'll take the 6% times the X, so that gives you 0.06X. And then you'll take the 3% times the Y, so that's going to be 0.03Y. And then you'll take the 0.04 percentage times the 60. So again, you'll have 0.04 times 60. And that 0.04 times 60 is where all of a sudden I'm getting this 2.4 from. So my second equation will look like 0.06X plus 0.03Y equals the 2.4. So the linear system that I need to solve here is going to come from my totals, X plus Y equals 60. And then from my percent equation, 0.06X plus 0.03Y equals 2.4. Now, I think the best approach for trying to solve this linear system is to try to solve it using elimination. So I would just say, let me try to eliminate X. And if I was going to eliminate X, if that was my goal, what I would need to do is multiply equation 1 by negative 0.06. So I take all of equation 1 and multiply it by the negative 0.06. So that when I distribute that to all three components, it will be negative 0.06x minus 0.06y equals, and then I'll need to multiply 60 times negative 0.06, and that will give me negative 3.6. So again, this negative 3.6 is coming from taking 60 times negative 0.06. And then we're going to add that to the 0.06x plus 0.03y equals 2.4 equation. So that does achieve for us the x's cross out. Then we would have the negative 0.06 plus the 0.03. So adding these two coefficients together give us the negative 0.03y. And then we would take the negative 3.6 plus the 2.4, adding these two numbers together gives us the negative 1.2. And then we would just divide both sides by the negative 0.03, divide by negative 0.03. And so that's going to give us, when we make that division, that will give us y equals, and then negative 1.2 divided by negative 0.03 gives us 40. So that's our solve step. And then we need to sub back in at the end to any of those equations to find the other unknown. So I'm going to sub back into the x plus y equals 60. And then when I plug in y is 40, that gives us x is equal to 20. Now, one concern that always comes up is what does the percentages, or what does each of those variables represent? And the easiest thing I can tell you is to go back to that original percentage equation that you had, and you'll see the coefficient on the x is 0.06. So that tells you that you were thinking about x as the 6% solution. And then the coefficient on y was the 0.03. So that tells you that your y is the 3% solution. So you'll need 20 quarts of the 6% solution, and then 40 quarts of the 3% solution.